she's coming in clear. Kate flies here to help, so gather round and hear. Websites and socials, she's got the know-how. To build your presence, she'll show you how. Join the stream, it's your time with Kate. Q&A's flowing, your questions in the chat. Websites to social media, she's got the keys to unlock your potential, set your brand free. Authentic growth, that's her expertise. Finding your audience with genuine ease. Content creators, she's got your back. Building a hub for each of your knacks. Join the stream, it's your time with Kate. Q&A's flowing, your questions in the chat. Websites to social media, she's got the keys to unlock your potential, set your brand free. Authentic growth, that's her expertise. Finding your audience with genuine ease. Content creators, she's got your back. Building a hub for each of your knacks. Join the stream, it's your time with Kate. Q&A's flowing, your questions in the chat. Websites to social media, she's got the keys to unlock your potential, set your brand free. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on X. Instagram's waiting, what will you check next? Turn on those notifications, don't miss a beat. Kate's live streaming wisdom can't be beat. From social to website, she'll help you connect. Building your presence, earning respect. Weekly she's here to answer and guide. In the digital world, she's on your side. Join the stream, it's your time with Kate. Q&A's flowing, your questions in the chat. Websites to social media, she's got the keys to unlock your potential, set your brand free. Kate Fly's live stream, your weekly plans. Building your future fan by fan. White Mountains wisdom delivered with care. Kate's here to help and she'll meet you there.
Hello, how is everyone today? So good to see you joining me. So we were live, or I was live earlier, not live, but in a space earlier, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. So if you, I did a couple things, but that I want to talk about is a little behind the scenes stuff that I think was really cool and will create some amazing content. But this is an open forum, open Q&A. So drop your questions in the chat, or if there's a topic you want to touch on. I'm going to talk about a little bit about how I live streamed a X space to Instagram, which was just wild. I didn't know I could do that, and I kind of figured it out this morning and tested it out. I failed a little bit. So if you go to my Instagram in the Reels, I think it's in the Reels, it's a recording of it. The first, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like that, is nothing. And then I realized my mistake and fixed it kind of mid thing. But it goes for almost 2 hours. So, you know, there's like tons of really good content there, worth checking out. I hope everyone's having a good day. Say hi in the chat if you want. I'd love to hear from you. I'm streaming all over the world. So if you happen to be in there, you can drop a message if you want. And I should see it. Because I'm on Facebook, YouTube, X, I can only stream to 3 places. I've gotta work. I can hack around a little bit and stream to more than that. I do experiment with that, but I'm gonna talk about how I did the X base to live stream to Instagram, and it actually worked, and it came out cool. So you can go to my Instagram page and see that recording, scrub ahead and see how it worked. I just took a peek at it. It worked. Oh my goodness, my mic. I hope you guys can hear me. I mean, this mic is pretty good, so it picks it up even if it's across the room. I've done that before. All right, sorry guys. Okay, so now you can hear me better. I'm sure you were able to hear me before. No one said anything as usual. So I'm going to talk about that, and then I'm going to talk about Etsy stuff. We got some Etsy stuff that happened. I talked about it in the space. I know not everyone can make it to those, so I'm going to talk about it here in the live stream as well. That I think is very relevant for anyone who has sold on Etsy in the past and maybe thinking about going back, or for anyone who is thinking about starting selling there or currently sells there, like I do. So it's very exciting news, and it's kind of been played pretty low key. It is public information. It was posted in the seller forums, so it's not like out in a news release or a press release, but it is out there and publicly available so that you can find that information. I posted it on my X feed, so you can find it there, the exact link, and I can also point you in the right direction. But if you're in the seller forums, you should be able to find it there pretty easily. And it also appeared on my shop dashboard. I think that's how I got notified about it originally. So we're going to dig into that. If anyone has any preference, what I talk about first, drop it in the chat, either the Instagram stuff or the Etsy stuff. If not, I'm going to just go with the Spaces to Instagram stuff, and then I will go to the Etsy stuff. But feel free to jump in at any point and ask questions or derail me, whatever. Okay, so what I use for my live streams, and what I'm using right now, is StreamYard, and it works really great, and it's very easy to use. You know, I'm not an HD picture here, and I'm totally fine with that. I don't want to be in HD. I want to be 480 pixels. That's it. I don't want all the details of my face being shown on a live stream. Like, so that's one thing. I can go up to a 720 if I wanted to. But you know, I'm in the country. I don't need to be sending out all these pixels and jamming up my internet. So that's why one reason why I really like StreamYard, and it's very easy to just do it. Just go live, schedule it, connect your accounts out there, put it out, and ease of use is great. Now I do have an Instagram account, and I don't use it that much, so I'm trying to figure out what to use it more. And I think the live feature on Instagram is kind of cool because it does push out to people. Notification wise on the phones. So I do like that feature. Well, some of the other places I stream don't really do that. Facebook might. I think Facebook might push it out as a notification. I don't know. But Instagram does. The other apps don't really do that unless you have switched them on yourself. But if you go live long enough or often enough, Instagram will push that notification out to people you follow or people that might be interested in what you do. There's people that streams that I see on my Instagram notifications that I have no idea who they are. I don't know how I'm connected to them or whatever. I don't think I follow them, but they pop up as notifications. So that's very interesting to me, and I like that. So when I see something like that that I like, even on an app that I don't necessarily like to use, it's a feature I want to take advantage of while it exists, and if I can. And if I can, and it's easy, I am doing it. So I figured out how to do it, and it's very easy. It's very easy. And I can share how this works. So I do host spaces on X, which is just such a cool feature. And I'm trying to get like people that aren't on X to go over there and check them out because it's a really cool feature. You can have these audio conversations with people. You can chime in. You can just listen. It's like a live audio podcast, and I am absolutely obsessed with them. Now, there's not a ton of them on. There's like okay, there's tons and tons of spaces on X, but I'm going to say in general, the topics are not really. It's not the kind of scenario where you can just open the app and find a new one. There, you have to weed through a lot, and finding them is hard. So I understand why people don't go to X for that feature. So I try and share the links when I do them so that people can come over and check it out and see that picture because I think it's really, really awesome. But I found out that I can open the space on my computer with an alt account or second account or whatever, and I can then, or I could use my own account. It probably would work. And then I can screen record, screen grab, right? That with StreamYard. So like I can share my screen. I'll share the well, I can share my screen here. There's no that's not shocking anybody, so I don't need to show you that. So I can share that screen, and then I can stream from that screen share to multiple platforms, and one of those being Instagram. I'm not doing it now because I can only stream to 3 at one time max. So I'm not doing that at this moment with this stream. But I could. I could remove like Facebook and just do Instagram, which I might do. I could think about that. Might be more effective. But I know some people from Facebook hop onto my streams once in a while. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you comment, you can drop that in if you have any thoughts on that. So with that, I can so that's set up in StreamYard. So the screen share, sharing the screen of the space that I'm in hosting. On the Instagram side of things, I open up a new tab and well, I guess I could show this part because I didn't know you could do this on desktop. So let me do this. I'll show you. Let me go to my profile. It's a little less controversial. Okay. Look, I don't understand the Instagram algorithm. It does not I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't use it enough probably. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, sorry guys. Sneezing for me is like a huge production. Nothing I can do about it. Okay. Oh, so I did this setup so I can crop it vertically. Let's see. Maybe I can do it this way so you guys can see this better. Did that help? Kinda. There we go. So that kind of helps. Okay, so I'm on Instagram. This is my Instagram. And I'm on desktop. This is a tab on my desktop, my laptop computer. And if I hit the plus here, create, there's an option for live video. I had no idea this was even here on desktop. I thought it was only on the phone. So you click that, and then you can create your live video. You can choose the title. Like this is so much easier because like on the phone, like this stuff, it's just like I fool around with it a lot, and I'm not a fan of using my phone for many things at all. Like I am a desktop type of person. That's what I like to use. I like to be that kind of user. So when these features are available, I'm so happy. Um, I will use my phone for things, obviously, but I keep it to the bare minimum. So here, then I create the title. I select the audience. It can be public. I can just do a practice one, which of course, I didn't do a practice one. I just did it. I don't care. I have no followers, like no one's paying attention. So I wasn't worried about that. Or I can just share with friends that however you categorize your friends list. I don't know how you can do that. Like, I don't even know how that works, but apparently you can do that. You pick that, and then you do next, and then you're given a stream key. So with that stream key, you plug that into StreamYard, when you're setting up the stream. And as long as I keep this tab open, like I don't close it, you know, so you want to set this up typically right before you're going to go live, I guess, on Instagram. But oh, shoot, I lost the tab. Too many tabs. So if I close this tab that I have open here, then that eliminates the stream key and I can't use it. So I'd have to redo it. So that's one thing to consider when you do this. And then I connect that to the live stream in StreamYard and go live. And then I have to come back here. So the screen in Instagram will change. And once I click go live in StreamYard, I have to go back to this tab and go live on Instagram. And there's a lag. I don't know if it's 10 seconds or whatever. So it takes a minute to boot up and get going. And then once that go live is available, you tap that as well on the desktop, on Instagram desktop tab. And then you want to make sure you don't close that tab out because that's important. That's the live stream. So, oh my God, my eye itches. Okay, so that's how you do it. And it worked. And I'll show you my, this is it here. See? So there's a recording of this. You can go look at it. And you have to skip ahead quite a bit because I messed up this part until I realized that I didn't start it on the screen. Like this was just a stupid mistake. It wasn't anything special. So that's how you can do that. And if you want, I might do like an actual tutorial and post that. And because I think that's such a cool thing to do. And especially with spaces, I think that's a fantastic way to share spaces on Instagram and get people involved and to see how cool that is. And to be able to do it live, like just such a neat little thing. Oh, Christopher's in the chat. Hi, says Ola. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So I was just walking through how I did the spaces to Instagram live streaming just now, and I'm so happy that worked. It's so cool, and I probably will be using that feature more. I'm not sure. I have to decide to get rid of one of my places I stream to because I can only stream to 3 places at once. But I might be able to hack that somehow with a second account. I'll have to think about it and work on that. So that's a super cool feature. And I'll probably do more content on that and maybe a step-by-step or an article or blog post or something on that because I think that's so cool. I think more people should take advantage of that, particularly for spaces. I think that's just like such a cool way to get spaces out there. The next topic I was going to get into was the Etsy stuff, the new thing that they're doing. So now I have to figure out how to do this. Okay, stop screen. Present. Here's this, and then I'm going to do this as well, so that this I just designed this new format in StreamYard so that now the recording of my live stream I can like crop this out and share it as like a vertical video, which I think is great because the short content I'm always struggling with. And when it's recorded horizontally, it's very hard to crop it. So this is a post in the Etsy forums. Now the forums are for sellers in particular. It's not necessarily for shoppers or buyers, but they can go in. This is a public post. Anyone can look at this. There's no like you don't have to log in or anything to view this. So for me, that means I can share it. I don't have, it's not a press release. I said earlier, it's not put out as a press release, but it's good information. So I'm going to share it because I'm not hearing anyone talk about it. And I follow a lot of like Etsy people, not seeing much about it. And what it is they're going to try this new program called Etsy Insider. And to the best of my understanding here, it's going to be something that operates kind of like Amazon Prime from the buyer's point of view, meaning they pay for this extra membership with Etsy, a yearly membership or whatever it is, and it's going to give them perks. So, yeah, what are the perks? So one of the main perks for Amazon Prime is free shipping. So that's, I think, what their angle is here, what they're going after. And if anyone has any questions in the chat, please feel free to drop them. I'm just going to keep talking like this about this subject until someone tells me not to. Oh. There's a lot of competition on X right now, so I don't know if there's a lot of people watching. Just got a message. All right, that's a little distracting. I'm like so easily, I got screens everywhere. All right, so this is the thing with this. A new buyer membership program, and this is going to be an invite-only closed beta to a select group of buyers in the United States in September. And this is called, so it's going to be a new program called Etsy Insider that you can purchase membership to. So it's going to be select buyers that they're going to roll this out to for a beta test, and they can purchase an annual or seasonal membership. Okay, so that's interesting wording. I talked about this a little bit at surface level on the space this morning. So if you're already there, I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper here because I didn't have time to, I didn't want to like read verbatim what it was. And with this live stream format, I can kind of go through this a little bit deeper. So that's what I'm planning to do here. But feel free to chime in if you want or add your thoughts or questions. I'll pull them up on the screen. So they'll get exclusive benefits for either an annual or seasonal membership. So that means they're not doing monthly, right? So you're not gonna be able to buy a monthly membership. It's gonna be seasonal. So that to me, 3 months, right? So that's interesting. And that might be helping to mitigate some of the costs involved for Etsy on this. So the Etsy insiders will get benefits to free US domestic shipping. Okay, this sets off a lot of concerns for me, a lot of questions, a lot of things, because shipping is so all over the place. It could be, it depends on the size of the item, it depends on the weight of the item, it depends on the zip code that's shipping the item, it depends on the zip code the item's going to, and is it going to Hawaii? Is it going to somewhere in Alaska? Is it going to down the road? I mean, there's so many variables when it comes to shipping. I wonder what they're going to do to restrict that, because from reading this and looking at this more closely, what it's going to mean for sellers is I sell this pencil. This is a mechanical pencil. And this pencil I sell for $5, but the shipping is $5. And you may be like, oh, wow, $5 to ship that. Yeah, that's the minimum package shipping right now, basically. It's $4.59 or something. So $5 to ship the pencil that costs $5. So when I list this on Etsy, I can decide to list for $5 and then charge the $5 for shipping that the person pays at checkout. Or I could do a pricing scheme where this pencil actually costs you $5 or $10 to buy, and then the shipping is free at checkout, right? So that's two versions of the same pricing of a pricing model where I'm making essentially the same amount of profit, but it's a psychological thing to encourage people to buy because the shipping's free. So in this scenario, like if I'm selling this pencil for $5 and the shopper pays the $5 for shipping in their cart, now if they have this Etsy Insider program, Etsy is going to cover that $5 for shipping. So it's only going to cost them $5. But if I'm the seller and I have this listed at $10 and then I have free shipping, the shopper is going to pay $10 at checkout. Okay, so you see where this is going, how this could be troublesome. I hope I explained that well. And this is where it could be troublesome for sellers, and then it could also be troublesome for buyers. I just had this thought. Could a seller We can duplicate listings. So we have the same, I have this pencil for sale on 2 different listings. One has free shipping for $10, and then one has $5, but you have to pay for shipping at checkout. You could do that. And then now, what would be the benefit of that? The Etsy Insider people would be more likely to purchase the $5 one, right? And then the people without the Etsy Insider business, uh, uh, Etsy Insider membership, would be more enticed by the $10 one because it's free shipping, unless they sell the 2 side by side, and they probably won't care. This is very interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out. Um, so let's keep reading. I've skimmed this a few times. I haven't gone into detail, so I'm going to keep reading this. And anyone, if you have any questions or want me to get into any of this stuff that I'm talking about more, just let me know. And then they also get free US domestic shipping. And then again, what's the limits on this? If the shipping is freight and it costs $100 to ship an item, are they covering that? It's got to be for select items. They're going to have to look at it some way, right? They get a special birthday bonus. And again, this is all Etsy funded. So me as the seller is going to, I'm going to get the same amount of money when someone buys something. Etsy is going to fund this shipping. They're going to pay for the shipping. So birthday bonus, and then they get a tote bag. Okay, cool. Tote bag, I guess. You know, you got to add those value adds. And then they're also going to be working with select Etsy sellers to offer deals and drops. Okay, so they get the first access merchandise for Etsy insiders. And you have the opportunity to be considered for this program, right? They're not going to just knock on your door. You should probably, if you're interested in something like this, you should probably, as a seller, now this is as a seller, if you're interested in participating in these deals or drops that they're going to do exclusively to Etsy insiders, you need to go to this page in the forums and scroll down to this Etsy Insider Benefits area and then click this link, and that will take you to the form to fill out. I did it already. Of course, I'm going to, whatever I can do to get on Etsy's radar for them to consider me for something, I'm going to do it. They actually messaged me the other day to apply for the awards program. And I don't know if they just sent that to everybody or just select accounts. And I participated in that in the past. They actually sent me a message with one of my listings and it's saying, hey, you should submit this to the awards. I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, I might. It's a kind of a, it's a little bit of work, you know, I don't really have time for right now, but I might do it. I might do it. I have a couple more days. I think that wraps up on the 5th or 6th or something. So anyway, these programs that Etsy puts out, that doesn't really cost you anything, just a little bit of time, fill out a form, add some information. Always encourage just doing it. If you just getting on their radar, what's wrong with that? And then they ask, they say what this means to you. You won't need to make any changes to your workflow or your shipping settings. And there's no cost to you. So they're saying that the shipping costs to be in the Etsy Insider program is covered for them, right? But then I still don't understand, like, if the item's $10 with free shipping, I'm still paying for the shipping. But if it's $5 and with $5 shipping, Etsy's paying for the shipping. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about it. US buyers who join Etsy Insider will be able to use their benefits when purchasing from your shop. And here's the Q&A. Okay, they'll be rolling this out to select buyers and starting in September. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this and noticing anything else here, anything that comes up that I notice that is kind of interesting about this. And if we decide to expand the program in the future, we'll let you know. So this is just a test. We're going to see. But I'm going to say if they're doing this in September, they might want to ramp this up for the holidays. To me, that's what it sounds like. They're going to test something in September. If they get a benefit from it in any way that's any way measurable, they're going to launch this for the holidays to the masses so that they can get those holiday orders, the people who want to put in lots of holiday orders to sign up and get free shipping for their holiday orders, their Christmas and all that, Black Friday, that kind of stuff, Cyber Monday, right? Don't you think? Like, I think that would be probably what they're trying to do with this. Or they're trying to launch this for the beta test and run the beta test in September, October, November, December, and then have those numbers show up at the earnings call and whenever it is in January or whatever, and be like, look at this, because of course they're going to take advantage of it during the holidays. So I don't know what their angle is on that. That's just my thoughts. And here they also have, if you have ideas to make it better, let us know here. So there's a survey of some kind, which I haven't done. So I'm going to click on that and do that later. Because again, surveys, gotta love an Etsy survey. There's no action required for your shop. Invited buyers will be able to use their benefits when purchasing from your shop after they've joined the program. Okay. And it's just, what are going to be the restrictions on it? Yeah, I really want to know the details. We'll be working with select sellers to offer insider deals and item drops. While offering Etsy insider deals and first access to items is completely optional, it's a great opportunity to be highlighted in their marketing, right? So there's going to be a whole marketing campaign behind this. Of course, because anyone who subscribes to this Etsy Insider thing is going to be getting additional marketing emails specifically highlighting those items. Should I change my shipping prices? We don't recommend adjusting your shipping prices. Currently offer free shipping for your items. Removing it could deter shoppers from making purchases. So there we go. So they're suggesting that you don't, if you do offer free shipping, to not change that. I have on my shop set up the free shipping guarantee for US shoppers for over $35. So if they spend more than $35 in my shop, they automatically get free shipping, and my pricing is adjusted for that. So if someone does make a big purchase like that, I know I'm covered and that shipping cost is covered. But if I was able to participate in this program and the Etsy insiders were able to get free shipping, then I could raise my prices and entice people from the Etsy insider program. So I'll have to keep an eye on this and see how big this actually becomes. Because if it becomes really big and those people like Amazon Prime, right? You get that kind of scale of how many people are participating in the program. You will now have value by charging for shipping. Your value will be now to charge for shipping, because when they go to check out, these insider shoppers, they go to the cart and they see the possible shipping charges, and that's crossed out and it says zero. That is a very lovely thing to see in a shopping cart and would entice people to purchase versus the price, and then shipping was free anyway. So it's like, oh no, I'm going to use these benefits. I want to buy from this shop or this shop instead of this one because I get to see a bigger discount, even though it's just psychological. The price is the price. So that I'm going to have to keep a monitor on this. And then the insiders get free shipping. Do you have to cover the cost? No, the action required for your shop is at no cost to you. You can keep your workflow and your shipping settings the same. Etsy is covering the cost of this benefit to Etsy's insider members. So you'll be paid your full shipping fee less the transaction fee and your earnings, and the fees will appear the same on your order. So that's one benefit, because you would almost, if this blows up, you will definitely want to start charging for shipping just for that alone. Because if I have my shipping built into the price of my product, and boy, am I getting in the weeds here, but this stuff is important if you sell online. If I have the shipping cost built into my product that I'm selling, so the pencil, right? The mechanical pencil for $5. I actually charge $10 for this and it's free shipping, right? But that's because the shipping is built into the price. But if I sell this for $5 and then have $5 someone pays for shipping, and then the Etsy insider person buys it, that means that $5 that I use for shipping that the Etsy insider was gonna pay doesn't have a transaction fee taken out of it. And now that's 6.5%. Okay, I'm talking about a $5, $10 item. That's not a ton of money, but, we get to some expensive items on Etsy. That's significant, not having the transaction fee on the shipping cost. This is very interesting to me. But again, is it gonna benefit you to do this enough to do it? Or is it still more beneficial to have free shipping to entice those people that aren't in the program? Ooh. Or do you make two duplicate listings of everything? Oh boy, this is getting interesting. And I hope this is making sense. I think about this stuff a lot as far as pricing on Etsy. And anyone who's been following me for a long time knows I get into that quite a bit. So, and I have all kinds of tools for selling on Etsy that I've developed, but I have neglected over the time, but I hope to maybe put it out there more again, especially with this kind of news. This is very, very interesting to me. And your earnings will appear the same on your, okay. And you will see shipping was paid by Etsy on the order email. So there you go. And again, it's only for US domestic shipping. Okay, so I don't know. What do you guys think about this? And let me know because look, if Etsy's serious about this and wants to improve things for sellers, and I think this kind of a program is a benefit for sellers in a way. But I need to know what the restrictions are going to be, to kind of take advantage of it. So I think they're right about suggesting just kind of leave stuff how it is, leave it how you have it. Don't go crazy. And especially with this being a beta test, I think that's probably the best advice. We should see where this goes, see what happens in September, see what Etsy does for marketing and putting it out there. If they're not putting it out there really, and it's only for select buyers, that's what's going to be. So we don't want to do too many changes. But with this ramping up for the holidays, like we're talking about Etsy here, if you sell on Etsy or you have an online store or you want to sell products, I mean, we have to talk about the holiday season now. August is when you really want to start thinking about it. And now this is thrown in as a wrench. Ugh, because if they're gonna do a beta test in September and then make big changes in October, I mean, now we're in crunch time. That's serious crunch time because anything you want to have for the holidays, you need to have that ready for the first week of November. People start shopping then. It trickles in even earlier. But I would say the major trickling starts in the first week of November and it trickles and then it becomes a fire hose pretty quickly that week of Thanksgiving and then becomes a tsunami on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that. So it comes fast, and if they're going to be throwing things in there to confuse the issue, I am concerned about that a little bit. My advice, and what I'm going to do to attack this, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention. I will inform you. I will keep you updated. I'm not going to do much I'm not going to change anything as of yet. I'm just going to go ahead according to plan, like nothing happened, and I'm going to watch and wait. That's my advice. If you want to do something different, let me know. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's what I was going to talk about today. Is anybody wants to talk about a different subject, please let me know. Give me anything. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, there were some amazing things that got brought up in the space today that I want to bring up here in case the people watching right now missed it. There was the idea of selling in person, selling online, and I wanted to talk a little about selling online as well. So maybe I'll get into selling online because not everyone's going to be selling on Etsy, but we can sell on a website. And I had someone come to me looking to sell stuff and what they should do. So like literally like, oh, I want to sell something. What should I do? So I will just explain what I do when someone comes to me with that question, because there's not one answer for that. So if someone's going to be selling something, first thing I have to know is like, okay, what are you selling? Are you selling something that you're making, a physical product that you have at your house or your warehouse or whatever, wherever, your office, and you're selling that physical item and you're going to be shipping it to people? You're going to do it? Are you selling a design that you're going to put on something and someone else is going to put that design on something and sell it? But you're the one coordinating all that and making it happen and collecting the money ultimately? Or are you selling a digital product and you just want to put out a course, or you want to sell blog articles, or you want to sell video content or event content or whatever? Or is it a combination? Or do you see it going some other way in the future? So this is like what I have to know first before I can even make any kind of even suggestion of what to do next. And so this person had a physical product and they are making it and they want to sell it. So with that information, the two bits of advice is, and when I say making it, they're physically making it in their space, and then they're going to ship it to customers because there's a few different different models for that. And my stomach is growling like crazy. I have no idea if this mic can pick it up, but that would be hilarious. All right, so if they're making something and they're going to ship it to the customers and they want to sell that online. Toaster waffles. We answered this last week. So you can go and watch the stream from last week and find out the answer to this. So selling a physical product, shipping it to a customer. And yeah, I enjoy it when someone No, it's not a nice choice. It's not a nice choice. There's nothing nice about it. The waffles is the answer. We all know it is. No. Throw the bread away. Yeah, it serves no purpose except for French toast. And I've already established this. We've talked about this. Or grilled cheese. Those are the only reasons bread even serves a purpose on this planet, in my opinion. So if I'm sending that physical product to and want to sell it online, there's a few options that you could do. Now, do you want to have a website? Do you want to have a website, or do you want to sell it at a marketplace? Or both? Or do you want to keep it more low key and sell on social? You want to have a website? Your options. You're just selling the item. Now we have to get into this. Are you just going to sell the item? Or do you want to potentially sell digital products too? Do you want to have a subscription blog? Do you want to have a membership site? Do you want to have digital products? You sell a course or whatever. If you want to do that in combination with your product, then I would recommend Squarespace. If you are like, no, I just want to sell this product, I would recommend just get physical product, no digital products. I would recommend Shopify. If you want to sell the physical product and then maybe a PDF or a small digital product, like a little template, for example, or something like that, you could do that on Etsy if you wanted. Or if you wanted to just sell physical products, you could sell that on Etsy if you make them. You have to make them to sell there. You could do both. You could do Shopify and Etsy. That's definitely done and a great tactic. Controlling inventory is a little bit more difficult, but you can do that. So that you can see there's lots of different versions of this, and then that depends on what I would recommend to somebody. And if you're just selling a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you only got a couple items, I'd probably recommend Etsy instead of a full-blown website to start out. And as you grow, then build the website or have at least a landing page where you're collecting email leads and stuff. So you could even just have a card site for that. You just have your landing page and you send people to Etsy to buy. Okay, so there's like so many combinations. You could also just have the landing page. You could just have a card landing page and have a Venmo link or a PayPal link for someone to buy that one thing that you do, or a Gumroad link for a digital product. There's lots and lots and lots of combos that depend on your ultimate goals and what you want to do. And I hope to steer people in the right direction for that because it's totally dependent on what you want to do. And if you don't know, then that's what I have my social media workshops for. Well, that's social media, that's not selling, but I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into selling on those workshops soon. But if you don't know like what you want to do to make money online or what you want to sell or anything like that, then this is what my social media workshop will help you do. It will help you do. So that's on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I do it every week. Every week it's a progressive course workshop, so you can go back and watch the old ones and go along with all the steps, and it will greatly improve your direction and figuring all this out. Because ultimately, if you're just gonna wake up one day and say, I'm gonna start selling something, but you have no idea like what, why, or how, or who for, or any of that, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard. So I try to encourage doing all that work before you get into it. So you have a clear direction, clear path, and it all makes sense. Now, I don't necessarily do that. Again, me making suggestions that I don't necessarily do, but I try. I try. And I've done a lot of I've done all the steps that I share, and it has helped me immensely. Um, and I do have a general direction where I want to go, way more than I did like 6 months ago, and way more than I did a year ago. So I'm definitely like on the path that I want to go, and I'm really enjoying everything I'm doing like immensely, immensely. But the minor part of all of this is, getting there, getting to the end, getting to that point where it's like, okay, now I'm making money with this venture. People are buying what I'm selling, all this stuff that we hope to get to. So that's what I'm doing when I'm doing. And I don't know, I probably didn't make sense there. I kind of derailed myself, but this is fun. And I'm glad everyone's watching. I'm glad you're here and enjoying it. Um, and I hope I can provide some sort of value and give you something out of it. Now, the other thing the other model of selling online is a print on demand model. And that's something that really works great for people who create art. So if you create art, you can sell your prints and not have to do an actual print from your printer. I'm looking at my printer. You guys don't know that, but I'm looking at my giant Canon printer. Oh, prints beautiful prints, so beautiful. But I'll tell you what's a pain in the ass is printing and then cutting and then mounting and then if I want to frame it. This is all pains in the ass, like amounts of work I don't want to do. So there are models for selling where you outsource that. Now, of course, you want to find someone reputable, someone that produces the quality of manufacture that stands up for what you like and what you want to put out there to the world. And then that adds cost, of course, because yeah, I can print something very high quality right here in my own office, and it will be very high quality and be perfect, exactly what I want for very minimal price because of package of even the most fine art, beautiful printer paper is going to be less expensive than me sending one print to a photo lab to get that print made. So, then now it's like time versus money. Where do I feel like? Do I feel like, eh, I don't know. So I'm spinning out of control, but I would love to sell my photography. I should try to more. Um, yeah. So that's another thing is the print on demand model. So I can outsource the fulfillment of my orders. The orders come in, whether I'm on Shopify, whether I'm on Squarespace, um, Etsy connects with a lot of these print on demand providers, and the order comes in. The order goes to the print on demand provider. I get distracted so easily. The the order goes to the print on demand provider, fulfillment company. They make it at that time. They make it but at that time I as well pay for it. So that money that the customer paid isn't in my wallet yet. It takes a few days for that, but I have to pay for that order to get made, right? Order get made, and the order gets shipped to the customer. So that is pretty convenient. I really enjoy that business model for selling online in particular. Selling in person has a little bit of a hitch because people, when they buy something in person, they kind of want it now. And so you have to have an inventory to give it now. And this is something that I've actually been trying to solve the problem with because I have some great clients that have brick and mortars. Whoa, that was just some loud thunder. It must be a thunderstorm rolling through. Let's check the radar. Do we ever do that live? It's pretty humid and muggy and kind of hot today. So I'm just checking the radar here. And I probably won't share that screen. I mean, I could. We've got some storms rolling in. Oh, just little ones. Just little ones. Nothing major. Not a big storm. But that was cool. Sounded like a car accident. Yeah, so print on demand, they I sidetracked myself. Yeah, because for physical products. So this is the thing I'm trying to connect with some of my clients. They have brick and mortar location. People show up there and they spend money with them there as a service. And then being able to create products for them to buy, and you sell those on the website, and you can also sell them in the physical location. And this is something that I would love some advice on this if anyone has any ideas. Because when someone buys something online, there is a certain understanding like, okay, it's going to take a few days to get to me. Whereas if someone buys something in a store or in a building, they bought it and they take it home. But to be able to do a print on demand business model where a manufacturer is making that product, then the I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out because I would like you have to have almost two separate stores. You have to have the brick and mortar store with an inventory, and then you have the online store, which is a separate entity almost. Because another thing I don't want to do for people is for these businesses is to give them something else to do, which means they get an order and now they have to pack and ship that. That's just more work. Oh, and we've got a comment from Adam here in the chat. Thanks so much for that comment. He says, thank you. One of the videos helped to make a website. Great. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad it helped. That's why I do this. I've done all this stuff so many times over, and I'm just trying to make it easier for you, whoever's watching, that it's going to be hard. It's going to be a long road, but I just want to give you my advice and from my experiences and what works best right in this moment and what works best now. And hopefully you can take that advice and run with it and do something great with it. And a thank you is all I ask for. And if you use any of the programs or platforms or apps that I talk about, I have referral links for a lot of them because I seek out the partnerships with the companies that I use for my own clients and that I use for myself for all the things I do. So using those links helps me, give back more and keep doing this. So if there is something you want to try and you don't see a link for that, you can always reach out to me. And sometimes I have discounts and stuff that I can pass along to you. I just have so many. I really try not to spam it, but I do want to give you guys that opportunity. You can always ask me if there's something that you want to use, and I can let you know if I have a discount code or a referral code for that. And that, helps me create more content because I would just love to do this kind of thing all day, every day. I have to limit it to what I can do. And, you know, because I have clients I work with, that's what pays my bills. Uh, and I love my clients. They're fantastic. And actually, what they ask me and what they seek out and are looking for creates a lot of the content that I talk about on my channels. Because when we get to those pain points and those problems, that's when I'm like, okay, this is something that needs a solution, and that I can hopefully help provide a solution for it, like a shortcut, or figure out like why isn't this working for me? Why did this work? What scenario is this the best solution for, et cetera? Because everyone has all kinds of different routes they're trying to take. And I try to be as specific as I can because there's just so many options out there by actually recommending actual apps and tools and programs versus just being kind of vague about it. And it's tough. So um, I know a lot of what I use, other people don't use, and then some people use things that I will never touch or use. So again, listen to a lot of other people, not just me, especially when it's advice on anything like this, like selling online or building your social media following or growing your accounts or anything. I'm just here as another resource that hopefully that you can tap and use and put in your quiver. All right. So thanks so much for that comment. That was very lovely. I do appreciate it, like a lot, a lot. I really do. Because sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to the void, and that's fine. I'll talk to the void. Oh, I might have gotten comments in here. No, okay. So all the comments come through here. Fantastic. All right. So I think the next thing I'm going to create for a tutorial is how to you can call me these comments. If I don't, I react to them. Yeah, because I'm like, sometimes I'm just talking to the void. Christopher is the void that I talk to. Yes, yes. I pretty much just pretend I'm talking to the void, and that just means a black hole of some kind. But I guess I could just imagine Christopher's there and I'm just talking to him. That would work too, because that's probably what it is most of the time. It's fun having great friends on social media. Boy, it makes it so much more fun, and I encourage it. And that's one of the things I talk about in my social media workshops on Sundays is making those connections, making friends, making networking for real, not in the surface level, and really getting to know people and collaborating and making something cool. So you put that work in, and it pays off so much. I just enjoy putting myself out there so much more when it's like there's a friend in the crowd. It's definitely helpful. Yeah. So all right, I'm derailed. Yeah. Yes, a black hole. Literally a black hole. Aw. Aw, that's sweet. I like that. I will be the shining light. I'll be the opposite. I try. I try. I I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'm not going there. Okay. Um, I hope to see you on Sunday, whoever is here. And I do have the link to my Darby being being comical in the chat on X. Nice to see you, Darby. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. The Sunday, I'm stuttering now. If you're watching on YouTube, I pinned the link to my next live stream in the chat there. So if you're on my YouTube channel, you can click on that, and that will open up a new tab, hopefully a new tab, or take you on this tab. And oh, thanks, Darby. You've been listening. Great. You can click on that, and then you can do the notify me, so you get that notification when I do that one. And so this Sunday, I'm going to be talking about a name. What's in a name? And we talk about, are we a brand or are we a person? And then also naming what we are putting out there. So if you're putting yourself out there as a content creator, you know, what's your name? What's your alias? What's your brand name? Right? So what establishing that? What's your handle? Like your at, right? Establishing that. And then also, what is the name of what you are selling? If you're selling something, what is it called? And is that important? And so this is a little bit more abstract kind of talking, but I think it's important to get into, to establish early on when you are deciding to put yourself out there. And so this is what I'm going to get into. And this is going to be week 4 of these workshops. And I have all that stuff on my website that you can go back and look at it. And I give you little homework assignments to do if you want to really get after it. I'm telling you, all this stuff that I put out, I've done myself and it's helped me. And that's the only reason why I share it, because it helped me so much. The stuff that doesn't work for me, I don't share it. Like, I just don't talk about it, or I will, if someone brings it up, I'll give you my opinion and talk about why it didn't work. But I just talk about what worked for me and the process I went through, and hopefully it can help you. What was the other? Oh yeah. So then after the live stream, I do an X space as well to discuss the topic more openly with everybody, because the workshop's more just, again, me just sitting here talking. And I do keep an eye on the chat, but it's more of like a workshop type of content. You bring your notebook and do that. So the links for that on YouTube is in the chat, like I said. And on X, you have to turn on notifications in my profile for live videos. So you want to make sure you do that. And let's see, on Facebook, I have an events page on my Facebook profile. You have to dig around for it a little bit. You go into the more and then find the events on my profile, and then you can RSVP for there, and all the links are going to be in those events. So you can click on what you need to, and then Facebook Live will pop up. Probably if you RSVP, I have no idea how that works. I don't use Facebook that much. And I'm going to be experimenting more with the Instagram streaming as well. So hopefully I can get this, all my live content streaming on Instagram too. So I'm excited about all that. And I hope to see you on Sunday. And oh, my website, go to my website. The Create and Connect link is on my website for catching all the past videos, catching all the slides and the workbooks and stuff. So if you really want, if you're like looking for something, I mean, this is all free, right? And I probably should charge for it at some point, but it's coming out week by week, and I'm kind of just building this content as I go. But if you're really looking for something that's gonna like improve your social media and you're kind of lost and don't have direction, this is what I'm doing on Sundays. So that's what I talk about there. And then here is more just like an open, I kind of just talk about in general, anything that kind of pops up or becomes a topic. So today was e-commerce and Etsy. So I hope it was helpful with that angle. So thanks so much for watching. 2 o'clock, I'm out of here. I'm done. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So great to see everybody in the chat saying hi. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.